Hey everybody, Chris Ducker here and welcome to virtualbusinesslifestyle.com. This is edition number 2 of Ask Chris. I love the quotations, look at that. Ask Chris, where I have the opportunity to answer some of your questions on a regular basis. It was going to be weekly, it's now probably going to be more likely bi-weekly, this video segment. So thanks very much for your patience if you have sent questions in. Today I'm going to be sort of collating a load of questions that I've received over the last couple of weeks. It seems that January here, outsourcing and virtual assistants are very much all the rave. I'm getting a ton of questions via email and Twitter, particularly on this subject. So I'm going to collate a load of questions together. I've picked the 3 that are sort of coming in more than anything else here, and I'm going to give you a little bit of sort of tips and tactics on those particular 3 questions for you to take away and hopefully answer some of the queries and the problems that you guys have been having or want to know a little bit more about. So the first thing is I've been getting a lot of people ask what's the best way to train your virtual assistant? And you know, it really does come down to a personal type of way of being able to train somebody or work with someone. But there's really 3 ways that I utilize myself personally working with my VAs that really work very, very well for me. The first one is videos. Now, some of the videos that I've shot for my VAs, teaching them how to do everything from update my Facebook page right the way down to filtering my emails. Some of the videos that I've done, I've shot myself. But some of them I've just blatantly taken from YouTube because there's some really good stuff out there in relation to virtual assistant or software training or whatever. So YouTube is a real goldmine. The bottom line is you can also shoot yourself doing a screencast of something as well. So videos are really, really cool. The other one is emails. Now, I know that this is a little bit more prehistoric. It sounds crazy saying that about emails now, but email is still a really good way to be able to get your point across. And what I tend to do is make sure that my emails are very short, very concise, and I use bullet points like they're going out of fashion because they can very easily be followed that way. So make your training emails really, really short, make them as concise and as detailed as possible, but put them in plain talk language so that a complete idiot could understand it. Your virtual assistant certainly should not be an idiot, but if you put it into a way where a complete idiot could understand it, obviously a VA can take that on board very easily and get to the point of going through that training pretty quickly and starting the work that you need done for them. And the third one I've really started to use more than often very recently, particularly this year for some reason, started to use it really quite a bit, is Skype. Now, I've always used Skype to talk with my VAs or to chat with them IMing-wise, but what I've been doing a lot recently is sharing my screen, which is it's a relatively new function that Skype added to their software. And if you haven't started using it already, I certainly suggest that you look into it because it really gives you that opportunity to talk live. It's not a screencast. You talk live with each other and you can come up with ideas and sort of all that sort of stuff. So have a look at Skype and see what you can do in regards to using that screen sharing function that they give you there as well. The second question, I've got them just written down here, the second question was in regards to how do you keep your virtual assistant motivated and happy? And really 3 major tips here. They're very, very simple, but you know what? A lot of people overlook them. Number 1, make sure you pay your virtual assistant what they really do. If you want to pay somebody $250 to do a boatload of work for you every day, obviously they're not going to be very motivated and they're not going to stick around very long either. Chances are they're probably going to end up doing the work in a pretty shoddy way as well. So make sure you pay your virtual assistant what they are due, and we'll go into that a little bit in a minute. The second one is make sure you pay them on time, particularly Filipino virtual assistants. You know, here in the Philippines, you find that a lot of home-based workers are actually single mothers, or they are working, you know, through the night after a regular 9-to-5 job to make additional money for themselves. What you've got to understand is that Filipinos tend to almost have that salary spent before they even receive it. A lot of them are taking care of siblings as well as their children. They're putting their, you know, their younger brothers or sisters through college and things like that. So make sure you always pay your virtual assistants on time. If you say you're going to pay them on the 1st and the 15th of every month, make sure you do it. Nobody likes getting paid late. And the last part is really just be a nice guy. Virtual assistants are just like any other employee that you would have, whether they're sitting across the desk from you or on the other side of a wall in your office location, or whether they're on the other side of the world. Virtual assistants are employees, and they should be treated with respect, with a certain amount of a humble attitude towards working with somebody. And one of the Live to Sell core values is we like to treat everyone as family. And I think that's a really good core value, and it is number one on our 10 core value list, and it's one that we really try and live by. So treat someone with respect, spend the time with them, get to know them a little bit, and they'll be very, very motivated and more than happy to do a good job for you. And the final question for today is, how much do I pay my virtual assistant? Now, a little while ago, and I'll link to this below this video here in the post, but a little while ago I did a blog post that literally took me 20 minutes to write, and it just blew up. It went very, very viral, very, very quickly, had well over 100 comments within the space of literally 72 hours or so. This is a really hot topic, and guideline-wise, I will say, when it comes to offshore, home-based virtual assistants, I say that slowly because I want to make it very, very clear. Offshore, predominantly based here in the Philippines, because that's where my expertise and my experience comes from. When you're looking at a general virtual assistant, so somebody that's going to do your online research, someone that's going to maybe collate articles for you, handle your Twitter and your Facebook accounts, filter through your email, that sort of stuff. A good quality general virtual assistant will cost you between $350 to $500 based on experience and skill sets per month. When you look at SEO specialists, they're going to be costing you anything between sort of $4 to maybe $550 a month. And when it comes to web developers, they really are the ones that get paid the big bucks, as we say, in terms of home-based salaries, because not only will a lot of home-based web developers here in the Philippines know how to handle WordPress and code and PHP and everything else that's out there, a lot of them now are very, very good when it comes to graphics. So they kind of combine those two skill sets together into one employee, so to speak, and you'll be looking to pay somebody like that anything between $5 to maybe $700 or $750 a month, based on, again, their experience level and what you can negotiate with them and things like that. So basically, those are the three questions. I'm going to add a few more links below this video to older posts here in the VBL archives that I think you guys might find interesting on this subject. And if you have any more specific questions on how to work with VAs or anything like that in relation to outsourcing or virtual assistants, stick them in the comment box down below the video here, and I promise I'll get back to them one by one in the next couple of days. So thank you very much for tuning in. This is Chris signing off, and I'll see you next time right here on virtualbusinesslifestyle.com. Take care, everyone.